Good morning. It is 8:30 or so. I don't know if this, you probably can't tell at all because the camera pretty much looks the same whether I record at 2 a.m. or noon. So I guess I have to tell you, it's I guess Monday morning when you're watching this. It's not Monday morning when I'm recording this though. That's the dirty secret of the YouTube world. Is that I record in advance by a little bit. I sure hope nothing drastic has changed in the world between now and Monday, because we're going to be playing Islanders. And that's a timeless game. Evergreen content, as they say. So we're just going to start off. We had this yellow, sort of yellow and blue, nicely contrasty island that we were going to work with. We have an absurd sort of corridor of trees here that we can work with when we're talking about lumberjacks. Look at this, 26 points. If I just stick it right in the middle there again, you know the drill by this point. We want to actually sort of average out those points a little bit so that, rather than just plopping something right in the middle and trying to go so huge, we're going to take slightly less points on each so that we can get bigger points on our sawmills. I want to get this on the other side if I can, because our eventual third lumberjack is probably going to go on the opposite side of this forest. So yeah, I don't know. What do I want to talk about today? I guess while we're doing this, since we do have quite a bit of time. These usually take about an hour to do each island, depending on how well we do. I guess one thing I know I wanted to talk about, that I was thinking about, was just the unexpected sort of nerves I'm going through with. So I guess this is Monday, right? So you would have already seen the NBA video that I did, and as well as the King of Crabs video, I think is the other one. Those are the two that are going to be coming out right before this. It's my designed mug, you'll remember. My self-designed mug. And just, I think I was surprised by, two things. So I clearly made a big mistake with that NBA video that I can go over really quickly, and that's that I didn't do enough research beforehand about how the actual flow of the game was going to work. So in terms of recording that was close to 2 hours of record. Well, so like an hour and 15 of actual recording time, time elapsed on the recording, but probably a lot closer to, 2.5 hours of just my time trying to figure it out, because, as you probably saw in that video, there was confusion from me. Maybe I did a good enough job cutting around it that you didn't that none of this stood out, but I was deeply confused that you couldn't customize your character right out of the gate. So I was kind of worried the whole time about if I was doing something wrong, and that ultimately was like a big stressor while I was actually recording for that entire extended period of time, but also in the editing process, because I suddenly had to cut down, close to an hour and a half of recorded footage into something that seemed, planned, that seemed intentional, that wasn't, and that was digestible, I guess, 15, 16 minutes for people to watch, instead of just tossing out, I don't really just toss these out, but these videos, these Islanders videos, are kind of my break for the week because I don't have to edit them. I can just kind of sit down and chill out with you guys and build something, instead of having to worry too much about, you know, the logistics of, you know, the tone and the pacing of the video, and it's just kind of it's a relaxing time for me. But I think that's what was unexpected, was because I went from doing, as soon as I started doing that variety stuff, like the mini putt video, and like I said, the ones I just mentioned, you know, NBA and King of Crabs and whatever's going to come after that, I think I wasn't prepared for how much work it was going to be. And I really enjoyed doing it still. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the most fun things I've done as a creative person, I guess, in a very long time, since I've spent such a extended period of time in the corporate world. Doing all of this stuff, even the really hard things, has been immensely rewarding to me because it's just a nice change of pace, and it's like it's working on something that I really want to work on. But just the sort of, I wasn't expecting that feeling of not overwhelmed, but I guess the feeling of just a general anxiety about it, about if the video was going to come out at all, because at that point, even just with the recording, I'd almost I'd almost spent a whole day just on the recording process by that point. It's close to 3 hours of recording between can we wiggle in here? This would be such a satisfying wiggle spot. There it is. Amazing. Between all that recording time, like 3 hours of recording time, and how I had sort of planned, like in my head, I guess maybe that's what it is. It wasn't measuring up to the expectation I had in my head. I thought it was going to be very, very smooth. I thought I was just going to kind of sit down, record this goofy NBA video, and do some basic editing on it and be done. But it turned out to be so much more. And for unexpected reasons, like maybe it's my fault not doing enough research on the game, not understanding the game enough. But that was just something unexpected, and I guess at the point you're actually seeing this, I'll actually know what the response to the video it is, so that might be worthwhile. That'll be worthwhile for me. But for both of those, that was like such a, you know, it wasn't what I expected. I hadn't considered, I guess. I thought it would come easily to me, as the same way that sort of doing these videos and the Tetris videos did, because I know these games so well. They're things that I can just jump into without much concern. I don't feel nervous about it because I really understand the games on a fairly deep level, and there's no surprises hitting me. But that is not the case for variety games. When I just pick up something for fun because it's fun to play and record it, I can't. There's no way for me to know exactly what's coming, and I guess that's part of the fun of it. But it's also part of the scary part about it, I guess, because you might end up recording for 3 hours and have something that's not useful at all. So. But this came out. They came out well. I'm really proud of them. I'm really excited to see what people think about them. But it was certainly a scary moment, I guess. A scary growth moment for me. Learning how to manage my my expectations, I guess, for how I would do that going forward. The lessons that I'll take from that. Oops. Clicked off the screen. Okay, so I forget with mills, base score of 8, and it gets 4 for each, base score of 3. Yeah, so we want to lay our fields before we lay our mills, if I remember correctly. Let's put these guys out together on the farming coast, Oh, it even gets a bonus for that mason there. Isn't that a lovely little accident? Well, now that we've gone over my, my terrors of doing YouTube videos, maybe we can actually talk about this island a little for at least a little bit here now. So we've got our developing sort of industry forest corridor here. We've got our farming coast, and we've got sort of some city boundaries laid out. These masons were kind of just, default choices. I didn't really have great places to put them because I had already dedicated my city to being out here, and these masons can't reach them. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part. But I think they kind of look nice, just sort of dotting the sides of these cliffs, and we've got our shaman way out here. But we're working on expanding our city right now. We're going to start getting some of these really big point buildings because we've got all these like houses together and stuff. You saw that big point fountain that I think we're going to lay here for 46. That's a pretty big one. And we're going to get a similar one, I think, on the opposite catacorner. Is that what you'd call it? Oh, we can wiggle strats this in here for another 40 something. There we go. 41. I always struggle with that catacorner. I always want to say kitty corner, and I think it's because I listened to too much Comedy Bang Bang, and Paul F. Tompkins always said, or too much Spontanea Nation, and Paul F. Tompkins always said kitty corner. I think as a joke, but it was my first exposure to that word. So every time I need to say it now, I always want to say kitty corner, and then people laugh at me. So please don't laugh at me. I'm trying my best out here. Warehouses. Okay, so these fissures are going to do well for us for a while because we've got a couple of them together. Can I get any, like if I do, ooh, look at that little inlet there. 17, that's pretty good. That's 18. Okay, well let's keep that inlet in mind. Oh, 19. Can we squeeze any more? 21. 22. 22. That's a good fissure. It's right there for the town. Let's keep adding to this farm zone. Oh yeah, so I guess that's the other thing I can talk about. It is so, I don't know where you guys are. All 4 of you that are checking in on this. But it is unbelievably hot, and it has been for, let's say 2 weeks. Maybe even more. And it's been just brutal. Oh, that's kind of disappointing that I can't shimmy that in there, but yeah, it's been just absolutely wretched. It's been like 30 pretty much every day, but even the worst part is that even at night, it's not cooling off. It's still like 25 degrees and humid overnight. And there's just like there's no end in sight right now. It's all just, every time I check the 10-day forecast, I'm just hoping to see like 1 day of rain or something. And we finally have one coming, I think, later this week, but it doesn't get any colder after the rain. It's like a 30-degree day where it rains, and then it gets and then it gets like 1 degree colder the next day. I think it's 29 or something. It's like laughably mean of the weather. Deeply cruel. Oh, I saw 32. Oh, that's, ooh, okay, we're up to 38s. 38's pretty good, but we're gonna keep rolling on without it, I think, for the moment. Ooh. Is that a 56-point circus? Just a mere, what are we, 14 minutes in? Oh, 60-point circus. And we're 15 minutes in. I think we all know what these big points means. Let's get that. Where's that 60? How do we get the 60 back? 56, 60, there it is. 60-point circus. You know what that means. It's doggo clock. There's Jaina. Looking very sporty. a big sip of my water that I have packed full of ice and is already melted. This had like 10 ice cubes in it, and it's now just water very, very quickly. In case you needed an illustration of the heat, here's, I think this is Jaina right after she got a haircut. I think that's why this photo was taken. That's we say she's in sport mode after she's gotten that haircut because she looks so like streamlined. Alright, let's check out what our parks can do for us. Ooh, right along the coast. That's pretty nice. That's a really nice spot for them, and it's a really good point value. 15 points. And it looks great. What do we get if we do... Yeah, let's do that. Sort of a nice path there. 30-point path when it comes to those parks. 13, 14 over here. That's a nice spot for one. We get rid of some trees, but we're adding green space anyways. Oh, 17 points. That's another good one. We've unlocked 2 packs here. We're well on our way. The gold mine is fairly easy points. Like this thing, I don't know if there's just like a bunch of synergies I'm kind of missing with this, but I've always found that the gold mine was kind of a bizarre one because it just kind of sits there. And I guess it's nice if you can like build your city around that, so to speak, because this thing gives you a lot of points too, but I've always thought it was kind of a weird choice to like build your city around a gold mine. It just never really like topographically made sense to me. Is that the right word I'm looking for? I don't know. I guess I never really knew why you would do it. Ooh, so we got a 40-point tower. We can keep holding on to that though. It's the nice thing about towers is they kind of fit anywhere, and if you're really, you can kind of fit anywhere. So if you just hold them, they're always going to do well for you. 24-point warehouse. That's pretty good. Yeah, let's tuck that in there. That helps the industry over here because the mines, like you could run one of those conveyor belts just right down the mountain into the warehouse. And you've got this insane like dense logging industry forest over here. Plateau and a market. So a market is pretty much what I was hoping for next in terms of getting big points. We're kind of stuck in with fissures here because we just don't have the shoreline, or I didn't set it up that way at least. That's maybe my problem. So +4, +6 I saw there. +2, +6 if I go right on the edge of the coast here. Can I? No, I can't weasel my way in. But I also had a +7 if I just sort of jam it in here, even though it's getting -11 from both of those. Yeah, let's take that +7. It's only marginally better, but I kind of like the positioning of it. I mean, obviously, in pure game terms, it's not that good because it's sort of within the boundaries of these other fissures. But in terms of aesthetics, I like it. So, well, so our market is 80, 91. Wow. Market's another one that like, so I know this is my spot for it. So that means, you know, I can keep adding to get to that. Does this gain anything for jewelry? It doesn't. So can we get something nice out of this yet? 25, 30. 30 is pretty good for one of these. Let's take our 30 here. And then I'll have to build out around it. Maybe I can like slide a park in between or something. 2 towers now. Lord of the Rings, the 2 towers. Another jewelry store. That's an unexpected one. 26 points for our hut town if we go here. It's a nice spot. Little hut settlement opening up here before we sort of grow around it. We've got a resort oasis, which I think is going to do gangbusters out here. Yeah. Can I get, maybe if I get a plateau You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on this for a plateau so I can maybe stick it like right here. And then I don't have to lose anything. Yeah, that's my plan. So, does this get a bonus for fissures, houses, mansion size? I was kind of hoping we could get this like up over 100 points. But I'm not sure it's going to be possible because we're not going to get any other bonus buildings. So, let's take our 91 and let's be happy with it because it is a very good market, to be fair. I just got excited at the prospect that we might be able to hit 100. There we go. So let's take a plateau here. So my thinking, I might just undo this, but this was my thinking. 35, 49, yeah, I think that's worth it. And it looks nice up there too. I'm happy with that. I hope you're happy with that too. We've got another hut here that we can add to the hut village. 23, 25 if we go on that side. Let's take the 23 just to complete the row. Now we've got one of these. There we go, 25. We can sort of put it. Do we get it? Ooh, 30. Yeah, 30 if we go here. I like that. I like 30 there for, I like the idea of we're talking about this as the edge, sort of the outskirts of the city. This idea that there could be like a path, like a farming path sort of out like this, where you pass by windmills on your way to the oasis and the brewery. Maybe that's something we can do with parks. 10-point park there. 21-point park. Whew. Maybe let's start that path. Why not? That's a 22-point park. I'm not going to turn that down. 21-point park. Amazing. That's nice ads. Yeah, let's see at the end. Once we unlock this new island and we're a little less worried about points, we might be able to do something really, really neat like that. Like actually build the path from there to the city center. Let's take our 45 that I saw. Nice, and we can line it right up with those park entrances. And let's keep expanding. So I saw tavern. I know I want that because I've got so many nice houses together here. Where can I stick it? That's optimal. 31. Yeah, 31 seems like my max, but I can add a house at least. And here I can give this a little 8 points, or is this more over here? 7. It's just not enough room there, I think. 7. Yeah, let's take the 8. Let's put a little, again, if this is like our farming path out to your escape from the city, then we should have some fields there too. Can we, oh, look at that. I mean, it's less points, but it's more satisfying. Same idea here. Sort of close in that jewelry store. Okay, we've got our tavern that should be worth a little bit more than it was a second ago because we've got oh, it actually gets a bonus from a brewery. I don't think I knew that. That's a pretty big bonus. Okay, let's take our tavern there again. We've got, as per usual, we've got our sort of entertainment district set up here with the circus and the tavern right on top of each other. 24. Can I edge that for... No, I can't. This is like a nice peaceful rocky outcropping. I guess the gold mine isn't super peaceful, but yeah, it's just doing its thing. Look at the little claw there. Kind of cute. Alright, so we've got a lot of packs here that we're sitting on. I don't know that this is ever going to be useful for me. Maybe if we get enough. If we get enough mansions. Temple. Gosh. I'm going to take the wall first. And then I'm going to take the seaweed farm too. I really don't have much faith in where I'm going to put a temple right now. I truly don't know. So that's a concern for me, but we'll find out. I'm sure we'll make it work. Okay, so we've got another big 20-point house there. We've got another mansion that we can sort of keep building out. So we get 11 points if I just hug that. Or not hug it. Kind of make a bridge. It's gonna be our like neighborhood bridge. Can I maybe do a park bridge here too? 9, 10 points. 10 points isn't the worst. 11. 11's not the worst, but I do want, ooh, coastal park for 17 points. Don't mind if I do. I want to be, I'm concerning myself with points a little bit right now because we do still have a little ways to go before we unlock our next island, so I want to make sure I'm playing at least semi-optimally. Yeah, like over here, I mean, that's, you can't, you're gonna tell me to pass up a 22-point park? I hope you wouldn't. 12-point park. I mean, that just looks nice, but 12 points is nothing to sneeze at, so we'll take that 12. This whole area is really rife for parks, 14 points and everything. Ooh. That's a perfect spot for it. It looks great, and 19 points is not a joke. 19-point park. There we go. These are the kind of things we're gonna have to go a long way with if we wanna unlock another island. We gotta do well on our parks and things like that. So 36, 38. Let's take the 38, and then let's take the 36. Let's just take both. Create a nice little tower barrier or tower perimeter on our city. Great together. We've got walls. Again, like these walls, I think they're most useful, like, 20. What do they protect most? They get a lot for a temple, a market, and a jewelry. Yeah, 18. That's a 19, 21. Ooh, that's a spot. Just slide that in there. 20-point wall. Get our next pack unlocked here. So let's... You know, I'm always so tempted by a balloon. Can't pass up a balloon, guys. That's just not me. That's just not me. You know I can't pass up a balloon. Guys, don't make me pass up a balloon. I wouldn't pass up a balloon. 70-point balloon. It's just gonna come right out of that house, I think. Can I make it come out of the park and still be 70 points? I can. Right next to that tower. Kind of dangerous because it's like brushing up against that flag and it's a very pointy tower. I'd be slightly nervous if I was that balloon owner that I'm gonna pop it on that tower, but so far so good for them. Let's hope it stays afloat. We've got another park here. I know this one was really profitable over here. Maybe we can... No, not quite. 14. Yeah, let's take that 14. I like that. And it gives a little bit of character to that wall that sort of just fenced off that neighborhood. Temple. Now, can I sort of... Do you see what I mean about temples, guys? Every time it's just like, you know, it's this huge, big monster of a building, and then, you know, 10 points, like, this gets extra for, it doesn't even get extra for a monument. It's just, it's embarrassing. So this is the only other thing I can think of, is maybe if I do that, and then put the temple, like, right on the 8 points. See what I mean? It's just, just not something I love. 10 points. Okay, I guess. I mean, like I said, these do well when you have them next to the temple and yada yada yada, but I don't know. I'm never that impressed with a temple. This is an interesting one. You rarely have to put. You rarely get multiple breweries, I feel like. 18 points though it ain't nothing. 40-point fountain there. Why do I feel like I can get better? I can't get better. 40 points is pretty good. 40 points is pretty darn good. And now here we've got more huts to place. What can we do? 24 if we kind of do this row. Let's stick with that row there. Fisher. We have a fishing crisis. I don't know where. Oh, 7's not the worst. 9. Yeah, okay. 11. You guys can work that little area together. Maybe it's like a fishing school. That's where they train fishers. Geez, sawmills too out here. 28. Alright. This is the point where the logging industry starts to eat itself alive. There's just so many trees out there. Now they're cutting down trees just to put up more tree cutting locations. This monument's gonna be hard to beat. Let's finish off this bridge between these two locations. 12, 11. Let's take the 12. Let's take the 12 and keep building on our seaweed farm. Where can we get this monument that's gonna do 80? 80 has gotta be our spot. It's pretty good. You love to see it. We're getting dangerously close to unlocking our next island, but we have to remain vigilant. 18-point wall there is pretty nice. 17-point wall, we'll take those. They're right along the coast too, which is I think one of the key places they actually look nice is when you're using them along the coast. I like that they're sort of sealing off the park. Sort of. Ooh, that's a nice spot. Maybe we should do that and give the hut city a bit of privacy there. Okay, yeah, let's do that again too. Let's do a 16 point there and sort of give our huts some protection and a nice little courtyard there. Look at that, created a nice little courtyard around the temple. Entrances on all sides, we got a nice lake with the monument here. You can even enter the market through that way. That's nice. And we still got 11 parks. A lot of water plateaus to come. A wall plateau really helps us 0% on this map because we have just about no walls. I do like that spot. We're gonna do that, and we're not gonna give up on our dream of the park road because I think the park road is still a really nice idea. So we're gonna do it if we can. I swore I saw an 18 or something. Maybe I just saw an 8. 15 is nice. 13 is nice. Can we get over here? Another 15. See, now we're talking, because we put those walls in, we're like outside of the city boundaries a bit, so. Ooh. See, I don't mind doing this because, look at that. There it is. We talked about it, and we unlocked the new. What a lovely little moment there. We finished this beautiful like aesthetic park path, and we unlock our next island at the exact same time. So now we can rest easy, knowing that this riveting video series will continue. Right? That's what I know you were all deeply concerned about it. Okay, let's quickly add our fishing platforms, as we like to do. Those all look nice there. We've got another city center that I guess we could... I don't really know where we could sneak that. Out on this ledge here, maybe? I mean, 19 points is... I like how there's like so much maneuvering there and I just get a 0 for it at the end. Ooh, wow. What is that? I guess the lumber people really want to set up their own city out here. 34. Wow. 38. Yeah, okay. Let's give it to them then. That's the Lumber City Council. The Lumber City Council. Do we have a lake or something? We don't have a lake right now. Could still do that. Yeah, let's just do that. It's like a branching path off to... Oh, I didn't want to do that. It's a branching path off to the... Ooh, there's another one. Another branching... Look at this. I love that. You know, maybe I would be bothered on another day. I might be bothered that I didn't leave that open, but I think that's sort of nice. It's like a... What are those called? It's like when somebody doesn't put a path exactly where you would want it, but people make one anyways. It's sort of like that, where you get to this farm, but there's this like sort of human self-made path there, footpath, that people can use. Okay, so we're deep now into the not having a choice over our packs. So we're just sort of getting our random things now. Still got quite a bit of excellent room here to build out housing. Another tavern. Only 18 points. We don't really have the space. Oh, 26. I guess we do. To have another tavern just right on the other side of the circus. You know what? Hey, it's a big circus. It can support 2 taverns. You know, who's gonna judge? Not I. Not I. Okay, so we can start building onto this one a bit, so it's not lonely out here. Give it a few nice friends. Yeah, so this is like this could be like maybe a little merchant neighborhood, because we've got it kind of serves as a bridge between like this part of the farming area and the market. This could be another like prime candidate for a little path here later on, especially now that we've already unlocked our island. Ooh, look at that. More scenic fields being placed along the route. It's just a gorgeous sight. Let's pull out all of our packs here and just... I mean, at this point in the game, right, you're this far in, like, you've got your island unlocked here. It's really just like, it's just adding to your, it's adding to the neighborhoods you've already established. Because I've sort of gone out of my way to build these neighborhoods in advance. Oh, just beautiful. Just a beautiful spot there for that one. Yeah, we've gone out of our way to build these, to designate these neighborhoods in advance, so we know more or less where everything's going to go as we get it. It's just a matter of placing it right, making sure we're placing it at least with some precision. Where can I put this? Can I get it out on the... Ooh, hello. And that gives us some room to add to if we get extras. Hopefully we get at least 1 or 2 more. We've got a fisher that I truly don't know what to do with. I mean, 4 points is... I can take 6 out here. This doesn't do anything for me anymore, right? 8. Oh, 8 is not... Yeah, okay. More for the fishing school. That's the fishing school. It's been decided. And there's another seaweed farm that's lovely because we can sort of tuck it in like boop. And it gives us 12, which is fantastic. More mansions we can add to this sort of budding neighborhood out here. It's nice to be able to actually wrap that up because that was sort of sitting on its own for so long. I was a little worried it wasn't going to find a place, find some homes out there, but we did. Again, we've got some walls that I think will do well for us along our edges, but for the moment, actually I like that spot. Can we get anything out of this yet? I don't know if I think I said this, 20 minutes ago. I don't think that there's gonna be a time when that comes in use for us again. 21 up here, 15. Yeah, this has been 21 is our, no. 21's our spot up here. And I think maybe we can get something similar if I sort of go 12. 12 might not be at 6, 0, 10. 5. No, I think that's our 12 might be our spot. 11. Yeah, 12 is our spot over here, I think. Just sort of edged up on this cliff with that nice little rock outcropping and some trees to look at. So these wall plateaus, I guess we can do the give the masons a place to work out here. This one doesn't really need it because it's got a place to work, but it also doesn't have room for it, so we'll leave that one be. Let's just do a little bit of connecting there, make our park path even bigger and nicer. And we've got a lovely spot. We can put a lake. I saw an 18 for a second. I swore. Ooh, that would be a nice spot for a lake too. Could I rotate? Ooh, look at that. Huge points, and it's a perfect spot for one. That's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I'm really happy with what we've done with these parks. I think that's so nice. Again, we're not really too concerned with points because we have done so much. But that's a nice spot for one, and it's 20 points. So I'm gonna take the points there. Should I? No, I don't really love the idea of closing off that. I like that 20.1 though. I don't mind. It's not quite a close off as it is like a guide. Just you have to go around it. It's a little bit of a delineation between the city and the industry. We're coming to the end now. Not gonna have a ton more points to go around. We've started to sort of eat up. Ooh, I like that spot. 10 points overlooking the farms. No complaints for me there. Let's continue doing our parks along the coast there. Things that look nice together. I don't think the walls over here are giving me much. I want to leave that coast open for that park. 17 points, but that's kind of ugly, isn't it? Oh, that's not ugly though. That adds to the, like I was talking about, a bit of a delineation there. Why not? Over here we get a 14 if we... Yeah, let's be consistent, The market is like becomes the gateway to the city kind of here, which I like that. Maybe we can make that a little more obvious, even though I'm not going to lose points to do that. No. I draw the line there. maybe behind this 10 next to it. Is there a spot next to it? Oh, there is. 12, 16. If we go next to it, 18. If we go, yeah, let's do that. Kind of looks like a little side path to that farm now. I'm really happy with this. I'm again, it's one of those things where when I sit down, I don't know how it's gonna come out, but it's a lot of these ones, especially this one, I'm so glad I committed to this idea of this park path because it just adds such a nice little, wow, minus 76. All right, let's put this out here as our port maybe. It's like our lighthouse. We'll think of it as that. And then actually that gives us a perfect spot, I think, to put this. Perfect. That's like our guard port, I guess. They're out there keeping an eye on the seas. 14 point. Look at this, lumber industry is still at it out there. All right, this is our conclusion here. We've only got a couple of buildings left, and I'm not sure we've got anywhere to put them. Let's keep that. I like this too. I do like that. These walls to sort of out there. I like that being open. Yeah, let's take one of these. Why not? Near the fountain, though. Let's keep the park open to the water. But we can close off that little area like this, and again make a nice little courtyard in there with the fountain. I think that's it. I legitimately don't think there's a place for me to put this that is positive points. It's that weird of a building, and I didn't really plan to have it, didn't really plan around placing a second one. Placing a first one is hard enough, so. That's it. That's our island. I'm really, really pleased with this one. I like it a lot. So let's just tour around a bit again. So we come into the port. Got our lighthouse out here. The first thing you see is just these nice smokestacks on the mountains. Smokestacks, that's not where they are. Chimneys. Chimneys. And then you come into the port here. Maybe you enter in through the park. You can walk all along the coast into the courtyards. Lovely balloon, the tri towers of the city. It's a nice triangle. And then you've sort of got your historical district, maybe we'd call it this, like residential entertainment right on the edge, then residential. And then like your historical district, your temple, your jewelry. Let's call that a jewelry museum. These nice courtyards with the monument. And then this is like this is self-explanatory. This is just like gorgeous resort, parks, lakes, fun time mixed in with the farms. So you can get your fresh food out here. And these paths that go right through the farms and then back into this sort of like merchant trading area. These nice houses out here and that back onto the market. And then again, you'd have your trade routes, I guess, that would run from this insane logging compound right into the market. And this is the school for fishing and its head office / logging council, where they train fishers to work out on this end of the coast of the city. Couple more shamans inhabiting this sort of mountain crop out here. Some masons working. Yeah. So where would I live? Well, I would love to take this spot right here and work in the like historical area, but also have this farm, this big, huge, jogging trail, walking trail, to observe the farms and everything. I just think that's a beautiful spot. Hard to deny that. really is just nice to. I don't think I can praise this game's art style enough. It is so. It's just so nice to look at it, even when things come together like very packed in and things like that. I think it still looks so nice. And the sandbox mode, we haven't really messed with the sandbox mode at all, but that's another one where you can really make stuff like this. Like we actually made this park path in our campaign mode, but in sandbox mode you can just choose any building you want and place it wherever you want, so you can make stuff like this that really looks quite nice. But with that, let's say goodbye to our island. Let's say goodbye to all the worries and concerns we talked about in this video, and let's start our expedition. So thank you again for watching. If you've watched, not a ton of people watch these Islanders videos, but they're a great break for me. I love to do them, and just to talk and not have to worry about editing or anything like that. It's a treat, and I like seeing these build up. I like having a couple hours of just like chit chat on the channel, I guess, for people that'll enjoy that. So this is fun and new. Snow, completely snowed in. Got a bit of a flashing rock here. These old like arch ruins here. That's very cool. So this will be really neat to build on next week. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. And next week, I guess we're building a winter wonderland out here on these ruins. It's gonna be exciting. All right, I'll see you then.